NPP 2012 running mate Dr. Bawumia breaks silence on controversy surrounding his near-fatal accident last Sunday as police locate the mangled vehicle.
One, Mr. Eddie Apia, who said is the campaign manager for Dr. Bawumia. Therefore, he knew where the car is located. So he invited me, and then I went there with a team of investigators to La, where we met him, and he led us to a garage, a private garage where the car is parked. We immediately took pictures of the car, and then a police guard there. So quickly, the same man led us to Dr. Bawumia's house, and then we wanted to see him just to take statement from him, but we were told he was in a meeting with some people. Therefore, we left 3 statement forms to him to write his own statement and that of his driver and the aide.
Tonight we tell you of the running tales of contradictions in the various accounts since the accident.
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
Top Story is brought to you by Bond Financial Services, your success, our passion. Belacra Mineral Water, the new generation mineral water. It's also brought to you by Lifebuoy, still 100% better germ protection, and Blue Rose Limited, shelter for all. It is an intriguing tale of contradictions about an accident that has dominated the headlines and led to police threats of court action against executives of the NPP. For the first time since that near-fatal accident almost a week ago, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the 2012 running mate of the NPP, is now clarifying the controversial details of the accident. Police yesterday gave executives of the NPP 24 hours to disclose the location of the mangled accident vehicle in which Dr. Bawumia was driving or faced court action. Well, a statement issued today from the office of Dr. Bawumia indicates that the police had in fact been in the know since the day of the accident of the whereabouts of the towed vehicle. That statement comes just hours after the police located the mangled vehicle in a garage here in Accra. I'll share with you the details of that statement shortly, but we can now listen to the MTTU Deputy Commander Samuel Tete, who conducted some media men around that garage where they found the vehicle.
As a follow-up to the investigations that we are conducting into the accident involving Dr. Bawumia's vehicle, we were moving on it, and this morning we had a call. I had a call from one Mr. Eddie Apia, who said is the campaign manager for Dr. Bawumia. Therefore, he knew where the car is located. So he invited me, and then I went there with a team of investigators to La, where we met him, and he led us to a garage, a private garage where the car is parked. We immediately took pictures of the car, and then a police guard there at the workshop. A police guard because we wanted the car to be safe and to be secured until it is tested. So quickly, the same man led us to Dr. Bawumia's house, and then we wanted to see him just to take statement from him, but we were told he was in a meeting with some people. Therefore, we left 3 statement forms to him to write his own statement and that of his driver and the aide. From there, we came back to the office, and we are preparing documents to go to the DVLA for a testing officer to have the car tested. After testing the vehicle, we don't have anything to do with the car again. We just release the car to the owner. So all that we were asking from the beginning was that we want to get the location of the car to enable us invite the testing officer to test it. Then, based on the report that will come from the testing officer's office, we shall add it to our investigation reports and then finally be able to give a final report. And that one too is in their interest. Otherwise, if we don't do all these things, they cannot get a police final report to enable them claim insurance. His campaign manager, he said he was instructed by Dr. Bawumia to send it there. We are getting somewhere, and we hope by the course of the day we must have get a testing officer report. After that, we just wait and get a statement from Dr. Bawumia, his driver, and the aide. Then we compile those and then give the final report.
Now, that was the MTTU Deputy National Commander Samuel Tete. Now, yesterday he gave the indication that the police administration knew nothing as far as the location of that vehicle is concerned, and for which reason they were giving the party executives 24 hours to indeed disclose the location of the vehicle, or they will face court action. But today we've seen a statement from Dr. Bawumia himself, and I want to share with you the contents of that statement. It says, "We wish to clarify and state that since the accident, our office has been cooperating and continue to cooperate with the necessary authorities, especially the Ghana Police Service. Please note the following. 1. Within an hour of the accident, the Vice Chairman of the NPP in Bole Bamboy constituency, Zakaria Suleiman, officially reported the accident to the Bole Police. Now, the Bole Police subsequently inspected the scene of the accident and the vehicle. Now, the Bole Police again were informed of the decision to tow the accident vehicle to Accra. 4, it says the office of Dr. Bawumia has since the accident continued to cooperate with the Ghana Police Service through the National Regional Police Commander, dealing particularly with the Regional Police Commander DCOP 24. At the request of the Northern Regional Police Command, the office on Thursday, that's yesterday morning, submitted various documents, including the driver's license, vehicle roadworthiness papers, and documents on the vehicle's insurance cover to the Northern Regional Police Command in Tamale. Again says that in line with the request made by the Northern Regional Police Command, arrangements were made for an officer of the MTT headquarters, one DSP Tete, to inspect the vehicle on Friday morning. That's today. And finally says that we are available to assist in any investigation aimed at unraveling the cause of the accident. Well, yesterday, the statement that came in from the police command, indeed signed by Mr. Samuel Tete, who you just heard, basically targeted mainly the General Secretary of the NPP, Sir John. He just joined us on the telephone line right now. Thank you, sir, for your time. Have you seen the contents of this particular statement coming from Dr. Bawumia, indeed pointing to the fact that in every step of the way, they had informed the police administration, at least the commander in the northern region, about the whereabouts of the car and the fact that it will be towed to Accra?
Yes, Evans, thank you so much. I think that the two events that you have witnessed today, that of the press conference by the police and the letter from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, confirms our case and supports our contention that, there appears to be, a different interest of the police in Accra as opposed to that of their counterpart in the northern region, Tamale. And, I indicated that at all times material, if indeed the police in Accra were liaising with their counterparts in Tamale, they certainly wouldn't have written the letter that they did to us, because at all times material, they have been investigating, that is the Northern Region Command, have been investigating the circumstances surrounding this, accident. And that it is strange to note that the police in Accra, whilst they were saying that they did not even know the vehicle number, the registration number of this car, nor, anything about the vehicle, their counterparts in the north knew about the number and that if they had gotten in touch with them, they certainly would have known all the things that we're talking about. So it appears to me that their interest in Accra appears to be different from the interest that the professionals in Tamale were looking at. And that the only interest that these people have in Accra is to get, to see that the vehicle with a view to, as it were, whitewashing the presidency. That is their interest.
Quickly, have you heard from the police today?
No, I have not heard from them. And they have not even had the decency to write to us to say that they have been, in touch with Dr. Bawumia's assistant and that they have seen the vehicle. But
there are few contradictions that I quickly will want to reconcile. Earlier when we spoke to you, you indicated that nobody had gone to Bawumia's house to even speak to him about this. And you're using that as a basis to question why they are moving ahead to make statements and threatening court action. Dr. Bawumia says in the statement that all along since Sunday, indeed, he has been cooperating with the police. How do you reconcile that?
when Dr. Baumian talks about the fact that they had been, cooperating with the police, we are talking about the Northern Regional Police Command, the MTTU, and the regional boss in Tamale, in the Northern region. And at all times, material, like I said, if indeed this incident happened over there and that the police in Accra wanted to know something about it, they certainly would have gotten in touch with the people over there. But they appear, not to have done so. If you recall, Evans, when some EC officials in the north were trying to get people to come and sign some documents, and then they were apprehended, and the report was made to the police. The Northern Police Command arrested one of the ladies who was dealing with the matter. She mentioned the district commander, district officer's name. The district officer, when arrested, also mentioned the regional officer's name. At that point, the national office here in Accra called for the files to be brought to Accra, and to date, nothing whatsoever had been heard about it. If indeed they had allowed the professionals in the north to get to the bottom of it, perhaps it was pointed to Afghan, who had instructed that they should call the people come and sign. So anytime that Accra takes over these matters, then that is the end of it. They are saying that they are not interested. If it's gotten something to do with the government, they would not get to the bottom of it. And that is why I'm saying that something doesn't add up. If they had indeed been dealing with the Northern Regional Command, they would not be writing the kind of letters that they were writing or seeking to know where the vehicle is.
Okay,
and that is why when I said Baumia is still alive, why is it that they are not interested in interviewing him? The Northern Police Command were already, in touch with him.
But I want to quickly find out just briefly. Baumia indicates in this statement that they are available to assist with investigations because they want to get to the bottom of this matter. Is that a position that reflects that of the party as well? That you're interested that the police will get to the bottom of this and tell us how that happened, that accident happened?
Well, obviously, Baumia will be interested in that. But we have our own views as to what happened. But, like I've said, these people will take over the matter, and that will be the end of it.
Okay.
Nothing whatsoever.
Okay.
You live to see what I've said.
Okay.
Nothing whatsoever will come out of it. Their interest.
I want to say a big thank you. I want to say a big thank you to you, Sir John Kojo, the General Secretary of the NPP. Another angle to this whole debate is about what really should happen when there is a serious accident of this nature. What does the law say about that? We can speak now to the National Road Safety Commission's Kwame Cody. He just joined us on the telephone line about that. Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, does the law establish any procedure to be followed in cases such as you're talking about where we have such a serious accident?
Well, good evening. Thank you, Evans. As far as the procedure is in law and practice, a driver who has proper custody of any vehicle that gets into the road environment and gets involved in any crash that results to either an injury, death, or damage to property, any fixture of the road by extension, has a responsibility, so to speak, to make a report to the police. I mean, it is for three purposes. One is to assist the police in its investigation for purpose of prosecution. Two, to assist in the area of ascertaining the causes for purposes of policy reforms, and also for purpose of insurance claims and their likes.
And then at what circumstances can the car be towed from the scene of the accident?
Well, if the vehicle is such that it is a safety risk, is a threat to public safety at the time of happening, the police have a duty to determine whether or not they are able to test. In fact, the police have a responsibility to test the vehicle if they choose to exercise that right. And that must be done at the point where the accident occurred, or if the accident vehicle appears to be a public safety threat, they can direct that it should be towed to a safe location, for which reason they could conduct the test themselves or ask the licensing authority to do so. But the responsibility is on the driver who is in control of the vehicle within the road environment. That is when he appears not to be injured as a result of the crash.
Okay.
But in instances where he is injured, for purposes of reasonability and their likes, you may not be able to press the rule, or if there are instances where other occupants of the vehicles are injured, his first or premium responsibility is to see to the safety of those occupants before he could attempt to the vehicle and go through the other procedures as required by law.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, looking at this incident, it was told to Accra, the police are now telling us they are now going to do the testing of the vehicle in this garage when the car had been towed from Boli to Accra. Does that strike you as normal?
Well, I think that to the extent that there is no, substantial variation to the vehicle estate that it found itself in the time after the crash. To my mind, it will not affect substantially the work that they decide to do on it.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your time. That's Mr. Tuahene is with the Road Safety Commission. You want to join us again on Newsnight as we look at the other issues making topical headlines today. You want to join us then. My name is Evans Mensah. This has been Top Story.